Today's video is specifically for those of you that identify as empaths, though the Reiki healing session part is good for anybody who is on their healing journey. So jump ahead to that if you do not identify as an empath, but if you do, stick around. My name is Sherry and this is Rise Anew. Why do I want to talk to empaths specifically? There's a couple things I want to say. Empath seems to be a word that is used very loosely, is what I'll say. The correct definition of an empath is somebody who is psychically connected and can psychically feel emotions. But somehow, through social media, I have resonated as an empath based on qualities that empaths have according to social media. And these qualities are very, very correlated to codependency. Stick with me, okay? I was diagnosed as codependent. I have since fought my way past that diagnosis. So I'm very familiar with codependent behaviors. And sticking around in relationships too long because you are caring and loving and wanting to make sure that they're okay and putting up with their abuse because you feel bad for what they are going through and doing more for others than yourself. Basically, the word empath has kind of been mushed around with empathy for people that have too much empathy. I'm not saying you are not an empath. If you are psychically connected, I am an empath. When I work with my tarot and when I work with Reiki, I very much pick up on other people's emotions. But I was also trained as a child to pick up on emotions. I was also trained to notice when people needed me to jump up and do something. Was trained very well during my marriage on that one, for sure. Did that mean that I was in touch with these people's emotions? No, that meant that I was able to pick up on what emotion they were having because of their sudden movements or their body language or their tone of voice, and I better get moving. Do you see the difference? And I'm going through this and I'm hoping that you are sticking around and not just clicking off because, oh no, I'm an empath. Because there's something you need to learn here. I had somebody come to me, one of my clients, and they talked about how as they continue to heal, they are afraid that more narcissistic people are going to be attracted to them because they are an empath. And because as they heal, their empathic light will shine brighter. A true empath, a psychically inclined empath, is not going to attract a narcissist. They're just, a narcissist is going to go for whoever they go for. But it's going to have nothing to do with the fact that you have psychic abilities, which is what an empath is. Now, if you are talking about healing yourself and your empathy is going to grow even more, you're talking about boundaries. You are not talking about empathic abilities. And yes, if you loosen your boundaries by becoming even nicer and more giving to those who are taking, 150% are going to attract more narcissists. So if you hold this belief that you are an empath, and the more you heal, the more you're going to attract, the brighter your light will shine, and the more you are going to attract narcissistic people. You are holding your healing process hostage. Healing has nothing to do with giving more to people. If you are healing from emotional abuse, if you are healing from codependency, which I believe, I invite all of you who resonate with being an empath to look into codependency, the traits of a codependent, and see how many resonate with you, because that is probably what you need to heal from, some of you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Codependents are trained from childhood to take care of other people. Are you picking up the correlation here? We are trained from childhood that to get love and to be worth anything, we have to give. We have to do things for other people. And so it's training, and you just need to undo that training. But that sounds very similar to how quote unquote empaths are coming across in social media. So I invite you to look into codependency if you identify as an empath. Unless you are someone that identifies as an empath because you are psychically connected and you have not been through all this emotional trauma and you have not attracted narcissists, because being an empath has nothing to do with attracting toxic people. It just does not. Being empathetic, yes. Oh yeah, 100%. And when you are trained as a child that you are only worth anything that you give, then you are 100% going to attract narcissists because they take. And so it is an equal relationship, giving, taking. Perfect. So now that we have that out of the way, I am pretty clear that the people I am talking with are empathetic people that have fallen into toxic relationships and have given too much of themselves. And they are afraid to heal because they think that healing is going to attract the narcissist more, because possibly your light is going to shine brighter and you're going to give even more. Your healing process, if you are this person that I am talking to, if you are an empathetic person that has gotten tangled up with somebody not so nice because you are giving, your healing process is not to give more to anybody other than you. That is your healing process. Your healing process is to give the love that you give to other people to yourself. It is to fill your cup. It is to put yourself first. It is to love you and shine your bright, why do I feel like I can't swear here? And to shine your bright ass light to yourself and the world, because you are bright and you do have a bright light, and people taking from you is what has dimmed it. But you shining it bright again as a healed person is not your beacon. It's not the Batman signal for narcissists. It is the Batman signal for I am a badass person. I have overcome all of this crap, and if you mess with me, you're not getting any of this. You are going to shine bright. And if you heal properly, if you put yourself first, if you love yourself first, if you put all of that energy into you, you are going to set boundaries. There ain't no narcissist that wants any of that. I don't know if that was proper English, but I am lit up. So heal, shine your light, shine it bright. They're not going to be attracted to you, because with that bright, shiny light is going to be boundaries, because you love yourself. Now, if you're a giving person, does that mean that once you heal, you don't give to people anymore? No. You fill your cup up first until you are healed. And then as it starts to overflow, you give to people who give to you. Is a narcissist going to give to you? No. Maybe at first. But the second they start pulling back, guess who's healed? And who's going to recognize it? And who's going to set a boundary? And then guess who's going to run? They want nothing to do with boundaries. They want nothing to do with anybody that is not going to freely overgive. And if you heal, you are not going to overgive. Are you going to shine even brighter? Oh my God, yes. Yes, you are going to glow. But there's nothing to fear because there will be no attraction between either of you. Okay? I hope I cleared that up. I hope that that makes sense to some people. I hope that I sent some people onto the right path. Look into codependency, because that might be the word and the direction that helps you. Firsthand experience, I overcame that with self-love. That is how I beat that diagnosis, which is everything we talked about here today. Self-love, boundaries, self-empowerment. We didn't touch that one. But boundaries is self-empowerment. So with that, we are going to get into the Reiki session. Okay, we are going to send Reiki to you today to strengthen your boundaries and to let your light shine. I know, they don't quite coincide, but we're going to do both. Okay, all right, so go ahead, get cozy, bright, shiny light, and boundaries. Okay, I just wanted to pop back and let you know that I got 2 images while I did that. One of them I think might apply to a lot of you, and that is I kept seeing a lotus and somebody walking. So I feel like that was just a self-care, like a remember to take care of yourself. Yoga came to mind, taking walks in the park, and a nice bubble bath came to mind for that. So take care of you. And then I did get a message that is probably specific for one person, and that was just I got an image of a black and white TV, and it kind of felt like there was a grandma in the room. So perhaps some of the things that you have accumulated throughout your life that caused you to be somebody that is an overgiver is possibly related to your grandma. And it might not even necessarily be that your grandma did this to you, but perhaps you watched. Maybe you lived with her and you watched her take care of her husband or your grandfather or somebody in the household. One way or another, somebody was connected to a grandma type situation.